Hi, it's me again, Robin, and I'm back. And I want to let you know that I decided that I'm going to come on here every day and I am going to talk about grief because I know I'm not the only one out here that's going through this. So I have committed to this because I'm not the only one that needs to hear these things. I'm not the only one in the world that's struggling with grief. So I want to piggyback off of something that I said yesterday. Yesterday, I said that grief is not about sadness, but it's about healing. And I said a lot of people don't know what's all behind grief, what's going on with your body. So I want to share that with you today before we get deep into our conversation. So yesterday, I said that grief is a healing process, and some people might think that that's cliche, but no, it's biological, it's mental. So I'm going to read some things that I found online. I learned this from my psychiatrist, and I learned this from my therapist. But I want to share this with you because it is something really going on with your body. So grief is not just an emotion, and I said that yesterday. I said grief is not about sadness. It is a profound, exhausting, and often long-term biological, neurological, and psychological healing process that rewires the brain to adjust to the new reality. That's deep right there. Listen to this. It's not just sadness, because I feel sad all the time, but it's biological. It's biological, it's neurological, dealing with your nerves, your nervous system, and it's psychological, okay? It says it's rewiring your brain. It causes significant brain fog, fatigue. Oh my goodness, fatigue. That was the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. Fatigue, tired. You could just be so tired. And cognitive strain, acting like a traumatic shock to the system. So how this thing works, right? Grief is a form of learning. And that's something, it's a form of learning. The brain must adjust to navigating life without the deceased. This involves intense neuroplasticity, where the brain creates and alters connections between nerves to adapt to this change. So your brain is working. You might be just sitting there at the table or whatever, but your body is working and it's exhausting and it seems like you're not doing anything, but your brain is working, your nervous system is working. Yeah. So it's your brain is helping you to adapt to the new change. Then you have grief brain or brain fog. I had that terribly bad. My youngest daughter was so worried about me. She thought that maybe I was getting, what do you call it, dementia or something. And I was worried about myself too, because that runs in my father's side of the family, but with the men. So I was like, ooh, I hope I'm not, going to be the first woman in the family that goes through this. I mean, I couldn't remember jack diddly squat. I couldn't remember. It was a mess. But then I had to learn that, so grief brain is reduced activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for focus, decision making, and planning. And it occurs which leads to feelings of being in a fog, forgetfulness, and trouble concentrating. So your frontal part of your brain is working. It's like it's shut down. It's in traumatic state right now. So you can't remember stuff. And I remember one time a good friend of mine hurt my feelings because she said, "Are you okay?" And it really hurt my feelings because it was something that I couldn't control. Like I couldn't help that I couldn't remember stuff. And then I explained that I just said, you hurt my feelings, and she understood. But yeah, also grief, listen to this, it causes physical exhaustion. The brain and body are doing immense work to process the loss, often leading to deep fatigue, body aches, and disrupted sleep. Here, that's me. That was me. I didn't have the body aches, but I did have the disrupted sleep and the deep fatigue. Oh my goodness. And before my husband passed away, you couldn't stop me. I was going. So when this started happening to me, it made me feel even more sad because it's just not a part of who I was before he passed away, but that's my body healing. And then the last thing is fight or flight, survival response. So because the loss of a loved one is perceived by the brain as a threat, your brain perceives this loss as a threat, it can trigger primal survival responses, including anger, anxiety, or freezing. Yes, so your brain is protecting you, and that's what I had mentioned yesterday. Your brain is protecting you. So you're basically, your brain is processing, it's allowing you to get used to your new reality. Grief is not just about sadness. Your body is working. It is doing that, all that stuff in your body, your nerves, your brain, your not genes, but your veins, your everything's just working. And so it causes you to be tired. And so they call it active work. Grief is an active process of adapting, not just a passive feeling of sadness. So I wanted to share that today because I think that's very important to understand. And for people that are not going through grief, go easy on people that's going through grief. I've had people say, you know what, it's been 2 years, it's been 2 years, you should be getting better, right? And I want to slap them. I'm sorry I had to say that, but I just want to slap somebody that says that. Don't do that. Do not do that. If a person is grieving and whatever they're going through, let them go through it because it is not something that they can help, and it's not something that they're doing on purpose. So I want somebody to hear that today. You're going through that. Live in it. Accept it. Listen to your body. If you're tired, if something's going on, an event in your family and you don't want to go, listen to your body. And like I said yesterday, however, if you find yourself isolating yourself, getting into a deep funk, you don't want to clean up, you just feel like you just want to ball up and crawl up and die, and you just don't want to be here, that's when you need to seek help. That's when your grief is turning into depression. Okay? And the last thing I'm going to say before I go, God is real, and it's His Spirit, the Holy Spirit, that's getting me through this. Cry to Him, speak out to Him, talk to Him. It helps. And nobody can tell me that God ain't real. Nobody can't make me doubt Him because I know too much about Him. And I'm getting through. All right, until the next video. Hope this helped you.